Well, the final episode of every week, this is always more fun when somebody's riding shotgun with me. Courtesy of our friends at the DQs in Palisades, Namao, Newcastle, Westmount, and Baseline Road, we present an opportunity for you to blow off a little steam, for you to send us your hot takes to talk@ryanjesperson.com. We want to hear it. It's the Flamethrower, presented by the DQs of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. I love this one from Anne, who says, well, to all the people who live in Calgary and feel that they think that they're entitled to water, so it must be delivered to them as soon as they need it. The time has come up to step up and be responsible, not to bend the rules to make sure you smell great or your plants are green. Says Anne. When will we ever learn that we can make everybody's life better by stepping up and doing things that can actually help all of us live in ease all year long? She says it's time for us all to stop and think how we use water. Many years ago, there was research that said that every time a person uses water, they need to realize they're using more than 300 gallons a day on average. This is all going down the drain in some way, shape, or form. Anne says, I live on an acreage. We truck our water in to fill our 1,200-gallon cistern. That lasts me 6 weeks. Let Calgary be the lesson, says Anne. We all need to learn and let them lead us in discovering how we can live with less and stop the crying that so many people have taken on instead of changing our habits. That from Anne. And this one from Don, who is obviously listening as I was poking fun at a Canadian Navy patrol ship down in the harbor in Havana, Cuba. I was talking to Charles Adler about it, and Don writes in and says, Mr. Jesperson. Thank you, Don. He says, your comments toward the Royal Canadian Navy ship in Havana is a textbook case of not knowing what the fuck you're talking about. There's a difference between a patrol ship and a warship. A patrol ship operates in permissive environments, has very basic self-defense weapons, and its main job is to monitor what's going on in the area of operations it's assigned to. A warship, your word, is designed and built to operate in a contested environment and has offensive and defensive weapons to take out targets and defend itself from hostile warships and aircraft. My real mission for this email, Ryan, is you implied that you were embarrassed by that ship, that it looked like a World War I vessel. I then tweeted that I thought it looked like it was from the War of 1812, but I digress. He said that it looked weak compared to the Russian sub. Well, Jespo, you only have to look in the mirror to find the person responsible for your embarrassment. You and every Canadian is responsible for the state of affairs of the Royal Canadian Navy and the wider Canadian Armed Forces. You have not made defense and foreign affairs a priority for this and previous governments, and therefore our elected officials will do the barest of minimums to provide for the defense of Canada. So, Ryan, it's on you, not the sailors of His Majesty's Canadian ship Margaret Brooke, to assuage the shame you currently feel. Hey, Don, you sound like you know what you're talking about, which leads me to suggest that I would like to humbly thank you for your service, and I take it all back. See, the Flamethrower can do some good every once in a while, and you can send us yours to talk@ryanjesperson.com, presented weekly on Real Talk by the DQs of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Hey, listen, there's no Real Talk tomorrow for obvious reasons. Johnny and I are going to be just a bit banged up, but we're going to have raised $50,000 for the Real Talk Julie Rohr Scholarship at the Real Talk Golf Classic. We'll be back at it live on Monday with a big name guest. I'm not going to say any more. You'll have to tune in to find out. One love, everybody.